Hello students of class 6. Today we are going to do the poem Eldorado by Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Poe was an American short story writer, a poet and an editor. He had written short stories which were quite frightening and kind of eerie, as it's written in your book. Eerie means, it has that kind of haunting and ghostly atmosphere. Now, in this particular poem, we are going to read about a knight's journey in search of Eldorado. Now, before we go on to the poem, let us first understand what is Eldorado. Now, Eldorado is a Spanish word, okay? And in Spanish, it means the golden one. Now, this golden one means it was believed that there was a kind of a place in reality called Eldorado, a place which was full of gold and other riches, a very wealthy place. Now, this particular means when people knew about this place, writers wrote a lot of things about this place based on their imagination. Not only that, it also made the travelers and explorers. Remember, you have read about explorers in class 5 history. So these explorers, they also became very curious and they also wanted to find out this place. Now, but in reality, there was means they didn't find any such place as it was described. Now, in this particular poem Eldorado, we find that it is a journey of a knight. Okay, a knight is a kind of a soldier. Generally, we find knights in the medieval ages in European history. So he was he also wanted to find out this place Eldorado, and he sets out on his journey. And in this poem there are 4 stanzas, and we will find that in each of the stanza there is a change in the mood of the knight, from the first stanza to the last stanza. Now, what I will do is, first I will read out the poem for you. Eldorado by Edgar Allan Poe. Gaily bedight, a gallant knight, in sunshine and in shadow, had journeyed long, singing a song in search of Eldorado. But he grew old, this knight so bold, and over his heart a shadow fell, as he found no spot on ground that looked like Eldorado. And as his strength failed him at length, he met a pilgrim's shadow. Shadow, said he, where can it be, this land of Eldorado? Over the mountains of the moon, down the valley of the shadow, ride, boldly ride, the shade replied, if you seek for Eldorado. Now, how does the first stanza begin? The first stanza begins as gaily bedight. Bedight, you already have the meaning in your book as, dressed in a, means dressed or attire. Attire means in the same thing, dressed. Now, gaily bedight. Gaily means he was dressed in a very splendid manner. He was dressed in beautifully, in the sense that he looked very elegant, because knight, if you see the picture, it's given in your book, it is he wears a steel armor, a steel helmet, then he has a sword in his hand and is riding on a horseback. And see, the very posture of this knight shows that he is very confident and he is very brave. Okay, because he only had a picture in his mind of how this place could be, but he had no actual he didn't know the direction or the actual place where it could be, so he went on searching. So that he has embarked means that he has made an attempt to go on such a journey itself shows that the knight is very bold. So gaily bedight, a gallant is bold and brave knight in sunshine and in shadow. Okay, in sunshine and in shadow means during daytime and nighttime, and shadow also refers to those places where sunlight cannot enter. Had journeyed long. Journeyed long means he had traveled long distances, and not only long distances but under different conditions, under different weather conditions, I would say in that way. Singing a song. So he was in a very happy mood. Singing a song implies that he was in a very happy mood in search of Eldorado. In search of Eldorado means that place named Eldorado. So in the first stanza, we find that knight is in a very happy mood and he is very confident. He is confident in the sense that he is very sure, okay, that he will succeed in finding this place Eldorado. But he grew old. See, in the very next stanza, we find that the way the stanza starts shows that there is a there is a shift in the mood of the knight. But he grew old, this knight so bold, and over his heart a shadow fell. But he grew old. In the sense here, old doesn't mean that he became old. Of course, he as years go by, we grow old in that way. In that sense, yes, he grew old. This knight so bold. Okay, this knight so bold means he is a very brave knight. Okay, and over his heart a shadow fell. Here in this stanza, what it says is, and over his heart a shadow fell. Here, shadow does not refer to the shadow that we can see when light is obstructed. Not that shadow. Here, shadow means sadness. Sadness in the heart of the knight. Why? Over his heart a shadow fell, as he found no spot on ground that looked like Eldorado. So in the very stanza, this very stanza shows a definite shift in the mood of the knight, where he is sad because he has traveled long distances through different conditions, braving all kinds of difficulties, but still he has not been able to find any place, okay, like Eldorado, as he had known, that place Eldorado, place full of riches, full of gold in that way. That place he could not find anywhere. So in the first stanza, the shadow means shadow in the sense that nighttime, and also dark places where sunlight cannot enter. But in the next stanza, the shadow means the sadness of the heart. Now, in the very next stanza, what is it says? And as his strength failed him at length. Now, there is another difference between the second stanza and the third stanza. In the second stanza, it says the knight grew old, but he grew old, the knight so bold. That is, the knight was very brave, but despite his bravery, he became sad. He was very confident in the first, when he set out on his journey, but then he became sad as he was not able to find any place that looked like Eldorado. But here he grew old, means in the grew old in the sense that old means the sadness. Okay, here also it means the sadness of his heart. But in the very third stanza we find that, but as his strength failed him at length. So here in this third stanza, not only did he grew old and he lost the confidence in search of Eldorado. It is also that he lost his physical strength, because now the knight is very old, because he has traveled for years and years together. So he has grown very old, and that is the reason why it says that his strength means strong. He was a strong man, but failed him at length. That is, he is his means he was physically and mentally, okay, he was not that strong any longer. Okay, see here I have tried to that is, he lost his both physical and mental strength. He met a pilgrim shadow. So then he, after journeying a long time for years and years together in search of a place, when he is not able to find that place, he is very sad. Okay, also he is tired, he has lost his physical strength. So then he sees a shadow. Okay, shadow is another you can see in the next page, he sees a shadow, and he calls it a pilgrim shadow. And what does he ask this pilgrim shadow? He asks the pilgrim shadow, that shadow, where could it be, this land of Eldorado? Where can it be, this land of Eldorado? So he asked the shadow about the whereabouts of this place called Eldorado. Okay, I hope that you have understood the first two stanzas. We will do the next two stanzas in the next class. Thank you, students.